Hi, I'm Kent Danjanovich, your host of this edition of Sportsman's News Television. I'm in Southwest Alaska with Becharof Rapids Camp. Fellow pro staffer Rick Rosenberg is joining me on this trip, and this is our first trip to the king salmon area of Southwest Alaska. We're here in the heart of the silver salmon run, and it's a little bit different water than we're used to fishing. A lot bigger water, a lot more spread out. Those fish aren't going to be channeled to certain areas like they have been in the past in other areas where we fish. So it's going to be interesting to see the different things we have to do to search and hunt for some of these silver salmon. We'll also be doing hopefully a fly out for nice rainbows, Dolly Varden char, grayling of course, and boy, this part of Alaska is famous for big grayling, so that's going to be a treat hopefully that we're able to do it later in our week. So what do you say we grab our rods and hit the water here at the mouth of Becharof Lake in Southwest Alaska.
So a remote area for sure. I mean, we don't expect to see anybody back here today except for the group we brought here. And this creek doesn't have much salmon spawning activity. There's a few kings, a few chum. There's a lot of Dolly Varden or char, grayling, and also supposed to be some pike, although we haven't ran into any yet, and also some rainbows. This area, this is a tributary stream that goes into the King Salmon River.
Those are some nice grayling, I'll tell you. I'm used to catching those little tykes. These 14 to 18 inch grayling are pretty fun. You know, in the past when I fished for grayling, I've used a lot of dries, and we haven't tried that yet because we haven't really seen them surfacing too much yet, but we're just using a little black leech pattern with a, you know, just a little egg-sucking leech look, and it's done the trick. Throw in the black, and the black's been the ticket so far. That's my 9th grayling here. They've all been between that 14 and 20 inch range, and it's a strenuous hike in. We came into this area here about a mile probably to this area, and so it's not for the faint of heart, but it's boy, for the avid fly fishermen, great times. Five-pound Arctic char, and now a couple-pound rainbow. Oh, let him up. when they get into their spawning run, they'll even get more color along the bottom, and they'll really orange up and pink and everything across those fins on the bottom. And seeing they're white, that char family, the brook trout, and so forth down in our part of the country. But great fish. I just barely put this yellow Sally on dry fly, and second cast. Boy, they're beautiful. They are nice. Nice grayling. Those of you that have fished for grayling, it's a treat just to be able to catch one or two, but to catch fish of this quality is quite amazing. And of course, that's what they're famous for right there. Your old sail.
Did he catch that one on the way up or the way down?
Just barely switched to that yellow Sally, and he says, that's the ticket. Yeah. Yeah, he's a lot different color. Look at that.
7 or 8 dollies, a chum, and 4 rainbows. So a good day.
There you go.
A lot of effort to get here. Float planed in, landed on a little lake, and we hiked across the tundra. You know, a good hour to get over here to this creek. Pretty steep grade coming down into it. The fishing was really good. Grayling, char, rainbow, and there was supposed to be some pike. However, we didn't catch any of those. And I think the dry fly fishing was exceptional. In this area, I mean, as you can see, there's nobody around here. We're definitely out here by ourselves today, just a group of us that came in. The only foot tracks we saw in this creek was from the last group we sent in here. We do a lot of things at Becharof Rapids Camp to try and find new things to do, new places to go. And it takes a lot of investigation, and this is kind of one of those investigational trips, and it paid off.
Well, we're sitting here on the Iggy Dick River, second largest lake in the state. It's the largest wildlife refuge in the state of Alaska. About 3 miles down from the outlet of the lake. Just 2 camps on the whole river, so it's pretty remote and not a crowd. You got sockeyes that come up, you got kings. They come up about the middle of June, about the middle of July. You get anywhere from 800 to 1.2 million. That's the counting tower every year for the sockeye. They do not monitor any of the sockeyes, I mean the kings, the silvers. There's just no user groups up here. There's no commercial harvest on any of them. So it's a bare intake at the back end of most of these flyouts. Silvers start running about the end of July, go into September. So the camp opens up June 28th, and it goes all the way to about the first week in September. Just the time frame of the salmon coming up if you're fishing sockeyes or silvers.
Take up to 12 guests, is that right?
The camp itself takes 12 guests, and we're maxed at 12. So we're a small camp. Usually have 3 guides. We have about 3 boats that run around the river itself. So the camp itself is centrally located on both directions of the incoming fish coming from the saltwater. About 5 miles above saltwater, so usually when the fish start running, all of them still have sea lice on them. We don't get any dark fish whatsoever at that time frame.
Ooh, double, nice. Got one now. That goes around.
If you're spin casting or bait casting, we supply all the gear. We have a lot of flies that have worked good in the past, and we can tie the flies right here at the camp. When it comes to anything with the bait cast, all the lures, if we're using eggs, bobber and jigs, all of that's provided at the camp. So it's just if you're going to bring your own fly rod, that's the only thing that's not provided. We have a couple extra fly rods. Every year we have somebody breaking a sage, and we have a couple extra rods, but when it comes to the fly end of it, it's all your personal gear you can bring up.
Got rib steaks, sauteed scallops, pasta, and king crab. Hopefully you don't go hungry.
Peas and carrots.
Oh, peas and carrots. Gotta have your peas and carrots too.
Well, you know, when you start one of these adventures, you're looking at 5 or 6 days in the wilderness, you're saying, boy, it's going to take forever. But boy, it's amazing how fast that last day comes. And here we are at the end of our trip here with Becharof Rapids Camp in Southwest Alaska. We've had a great time here for silver salmon and also for a great fly-out adventure for Arctic char, Arctic grayling, nice rainbow trout. Those leopard rainbows up here are the most beautiful rainbow trout you will ever see. And so the next time you're looking for a great outdoor adventure in Alaska, give Dave Mandich a call at Becharof Rapids Camp in Southwest Alaska out of King Salmon. And as always, thank you for joining us on this edition of Sportsman's News Television.
Sportsman's News Television is brought to you by Vortex Optics, the force of optics. Sitka, turning clothing into gear. CVA, it's just a better gun. Bushnell Trophy Cams, bulletproof reliability for life. Double Tap Ammunition, handcrafted, American-made precision ammunition. St. Croix Fishing Rods, the best rods on earth. And by Jumping Jack, from trailer to tent in 5 minutes.